Lovely to see so many strong women and roles for so many women, good roles.
Yeah.
You know, it makes a massive, massive difference.
For me, strong sometimes is just waking up and saying, I'm overwhelmed. And I feel strong enough to actually speak that into existence, that I'm overwhelmed and I just want to go back to bed.
I'm with you
I'm speaking my truth.
No, I agree with you, absolutely. And we're kind of allowed to do that now. I mean, I think climate has changed a lot.
Absolutely.
That it's okay not to be okay.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? It absolutely
Absolutely
is. The relationship you have with Liam Neeson on screen, such chemistry. And maybe it's really good. It really works.
Yeah,
you know,
seeing that I was terrified, everything was, I got to kiss Liam Neeson. I got to kiss, you know, how many days of kissing Liam Neeson? Because it's like, oh my God.
But it works. It really does work. You really believe in them as a couple. And you just, I mean, I don't know how you do it, but you're instantly, we're laughing with you one minute and crying with you the next. It's remarkable. And the role has such depth, doesn't it?
It's, you know, it's like I told Steve, I like the way they work it out. I like the way they chose to work it out. Of course, it's fantasy. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't actually do this in my life. But I like that they didn't choose to be good girls, quote unquote.
Yeah.
They decided to sort of bust out in criminality the same way as their men, but with a different purpose. And the purpose is survival. The purpose is getting back their ownership, and the fact that they did it together.
Exactly. And they're allowed to be unlikable, actually, sometimes. You know, she does things that you go, whoa, that's questionable.
Yes.
But that's life. That's what happens in life, isn't it? They're not good girls.
You know, that's a big thing in acting, is you cannot do that. When you create a character, you can't judge the character. That's the number one thing you cannot do when you create. So you can't judge a character, and you can't create a character to be likable. It's about being private in public. So, I mean, think about all the things you do in your life privately, all the things that you have done that nobody knows about.
Sure.
If someone were to play you in your life with all those private moments, imagine if they filtered all of it out because they wanted it to be pretty and likable. It's very, very, very important that we tell the truth as much as possible in our art, because I think it makes people feel less alone.
I agree.
I think that's the big thing with becoming a mom, what I've realized, that being around other moms has not necessarily been the most pleasant experience. I don't know.
Is that just because they try and give you advice all the time, or is it just because...
No, I get it. We try to outscore each other with our kids. We just throw our kids in there.
Yes.
My kid is better than your kid. My kid doesn't cuss. My kid makes all straight A's. My kid has never done anything bad in their entire lives.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's interesting about your daughter, because I've got a daughter as well, and that you want the best for them, of course you do. You want to give them everything, but then you don't want them to feel too entitled. It's really hard. Do you not find that tightrope really difficult?
Very hard.
And
very hard, you know, for my daughter. I say it all the time. Genesis, back in the day. Back in the day, we didn't have this. You have a refrigerator full of food. And she's always like, I know, Mommy, I know. But I keep repeating it.
I think it's really important.
Yeah.
It is really important. It's quite an intense movie, obviously. When you're filming those scenes, what I loved about it was afterwards, you know, during breaks and time out, music was on. Music was on, and you had some
Rodriguez.
fun. Yeah.
The music collection, and I mean, we were dancing, especially during the sauna scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! In our robes. I mean, when I say we were dancing, I mean we were at a club. We were all at a club.
Oh, it's fantastic. I need to mention one of your co-stars who is very central to the whole plot, really. You know, if it wasn't really for this wee thing, we wouldn't find out the twist. And that should be Dog. Oh gosh, that dog.
Let me tell you something. You know, we don't have a dog because my husband is saying, oh, the dog is going to tear up the furniture, Viola. I'm talking about love. I love that dog. I mean, I was kissing the dog. I was holding that dog between scenes. I mean, I was talking to that dog like that, Olivia, like Olivia was my baby.
Beautiful.
I would say, you're my baby, Olivia, you're my baby. And I'm always looking at people who kiss their dog's mouth. I'm like, why would you do that? That's disgusting. I was kissing the dog's mouth.
Obviously. Very, very, very good actor.
Oh, yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
really on point. You know,
Oh, you didn't see all the edited scenes, though, when Olivia was like, you know what, this is my movie.
I can't be bothered.
This is a remake of Benji.
It was so cute, though. So, so cute. And it's great. And like I said, it's really good to see a film with those strong roles for women. Was this as a result of changes, or had this movie been up and running anyway? And it's just the fact, because we know that things are changing in Hollywood and they cannot go back to the way that they were. Yeah. But was it just kind of like good timing, I guess?
It was good timing. I think sometimes films just come out at the right time. And it was just an extension of Steve McQueen's desires. When he saw Widows when he was a young kid, it just left an impression on him. He thought, wouldn't it be awesome to do this film with these female leads who sort of take charge and take ownership of their lives? And so it's an extension of this artist's dreams and vision. And we sort of found the right time for it. I mean, you have Ocean's 8, you have a lot of, you know, female-driven narratives now. I like this film because of how multi-generational, multi-ethnic it is, how inclusive it is. I love that the film opens with me and Liam Neeson in bed together. I love it. I do.
I don't know. I'm with you. I'm with you on that, absolutely. And that relationship, you completely believe, totally believe that there's a history with them. And well, we don't want to give too much away about what actually happens, but they look so together, a complete unit together. Yeah.
And I love that. And I love that that's all it is. Yeah. That it's not trying to make any political statements within that relationship. Just that these people chose to love each other. You know, the bottom line of it, too, is, I mean, I could say a lot about it. The fact that Steve McQueen wanted me to wear my natural hair. The fact that I look like me in it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, that this man chose me to be his wife, and I chose him. Yeah. That I think that in and of itself is a novel idea. I think that when people put couples together on screen, they put it together as fantasy. Oh, they look great together because they're both attractive.
Right.
She's blonde and he's a hunk, so they belong together. And we buy it not based on any other thing other than that. Yeah. When we know that in real life, people choose each other for a number of reasons, you know? And I felt like that relationship reflected that. It forced people to kind of go there. When did these people meet? Why did they choose each other? What was their relationship with their son? You know, that's a relationship, in my opinion.
Very much so. And it does come across like that. It's absolutely fantastic. It really is. You've got your own production company.
Yes.
Which is a great thing. Because I don't think things will change until, properly, until there's more women directors, there's more women in producers, there's more women in charge, if you like. And we're heading in the right direction. Do you feel optimistic about the future? And again, you've got a little girl, and she might or might not come into the same profession. Who knows? It's up to her. It's up to her.
I have to feel optimistic about it. I have to leave a legacy. I want to leave a legacy for people to literally believe, like I always say about my daughter. My daughter always wants to be in the story. She always wants to be a part of it. I don't care what story I tell her. She wants to be in it. She wants to play a role in it. And metaphorically speaking, I always want people to feel included in what they're seeing on screen and on stage. And also, I know that people of color, black people they did represent 12.5% of the American population. I think it's now up to 20%. So I think that when people look at film and they're like, okay, well, at least 27% of roles and people in front of, behind the camera, people of color, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to leave my daughter with a percentage. I don't want to tell her, okay, Genesis, as long as you get 27% of the pie, you're good. Okay? Don't ask for anything more. That's all you're allotted. I want her to have the whole pie. I'm going to tell her that if you want the whole pie, you get the whole pie. You know that life is going to beat you down, is going to say, no, you can't have this. No, you can't have that. But to start the race off with understanding, I'm going to have the whole pie. I'm not placing that mentality in her brain. That's one of the reasons why I started Juvie too. We have VR, virtual reality. We have digital. We have TV. We have film. We are not just limited to black films either. It's for all people of color. And our staff is reflective of that. I see I see our possibility, potential as endless as limitless. And that's a legacy I'm leaving my daughter.